on, guys? We are bringing you Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. With the Olympics coming up,
The top athletes appear.
this is really the only Olympic game out. Every year there's only one. And I will start by telling you, this is not a
Olympic
simulation-based game at all. It is more an arcadey, silly kind of game. You know, your sports have intergender participation, which means you have male and female playing together in one event. Every event is like that. You can have females and males box. Females and males will box each other, as well as have judo matches, race against each other, play baseball. It's all like that. It's kind of a silly, arcadey kind of game. And I will tell you, your athlete has superpowers. Your main athlete has superpowers. Now, this is your pool of athletes. Now, I know this game isn't new, so I'm not showing you something that just came out or anything, but you basically have 16 athletes that you can use. You have 15, and then your main athlete. Your main athlete is the one with the highest attributes. He also has a gauge in which he can get superpowers. You have your rookie. Well, you have to unlock nicknames, which is not. It's a little silly that you have to work to unlock a nickname for your character. It's kind of weird, you know. As you can see, I got my available points up there. With your character, you can unlock all types of different outfits and abilities with those points.
Outfits.
You go to outfits, and now you're getting ready to see what I mean when I say this game is it's a little bit goofy. It's not even to be taken seriously. Here's our football team here. So, you know, I can change his costume, one of these goofy, you know, you can do something weird if you want to. Everybody can wear a different uniform if you want. You can wear these on any sport. Yes, that is the case. You can dress up like a cowboy or an astronaut and have a boxing match, or dress like a sumo wrestler and play some basketball. Yes, you can do that in this. And everyone can wear different clothes if that's the way you want to go. And you can do that with any of these games here, any of these sports. You can wear any type of uniform anywhere you want. Okay. I actually think that table tennis uniform is pretty neat, actually. It's pretty cool. But anyway, that's that. So, and your athletes, you can edit your athletes, change their names, change their looks, change their gender, give them abilities, things of that nature. You know, change their physique. Style is gender. You know, voice, ability type. As you can see, I unlocked some of them, but some of them I haven't unlocked yet. If I want to unlock it, I have to pay points, which is up there on the right top. You know, those are my points. You earn those by playing events. Okay. You can change your character's hair, give them glasses, you can even give them face paint, but you can't give them tattoos. I think that's a little bit weird, but that's the route they want to go because, you know, they want to be silly. You know, the game is fairly fun, but it does have a lot of, you know, it has some problems, and I'll tell you what they are. You have 18 events here. Some of these events I have a lot of fun with. Some of them are pretty horrible. I will tell you the worst event in this, to me, is the boxing. The controls are absolutely horrible. The superpowers are really, really stupid. There's a force field sometimes that blocks the guy when you're trying to punch him. When he's not blocking, it's extremely stupid. I don't even know what they were doing when they put this boxing game in here. I know a lot of Japanese games like to put super power-ups and superpowers on their, regardless of what type of game it is, they like to put lightning and fire effects in their games. But some of these games are a lot of fun. I will tell you the tennis is bad, the table tennis is not very good, and the boxing is absolutely horrible. Everything else is at least okay. I mean, some of them just simplified. Some of them is a lot more harder. You know, I could play the baseball. I could have fun with that. You know, it cheats extremely bad at times. Basketball is kind of fun. Simplified, you know, you want to make a shot, you just got to get open and shoot it. He or she has a very good chance of making it. A lot of these games are simplified. Nothing in this game is like amazingly great. They're all just kind of mediocre or less than average. But you have so many. That's the price you pay when you put that many sports in one game. Now, this game is a little bit pricey. Now, I will tell you, you cannot buy this game on the US market. Let me bring you some basketball gameplay here. I am Mexico. While I talk through this, I'm just going to give you a little bit of gameplay. I chose basketball. That's one of the funner games to play. It's not that great of a game, but it's a little bit fun, so we'll get into it. But anyway, if you want to buy this game, you cannot buy it in the American market. What I mean by that, if you go to the PlayStation Store, it's not available. It's available on Japanese accounts, and I had to create a Japanese account in order to buy this game. Or you could buy a disc copy on PlayAsia or Wish or some other source, and I will tell you, the games are very, very pricey, okay? This game is very pricey, and I guess because of the rarity of it and how hard it is to get is the reason why it's pricey. Otherwise, to me, it doesn't have a super high value. It's not advanced enough. It's too goofy, and it does not have any simulation to it. But I do play this game. As you can see, I'm in Mexico. I'm playing on the PS5. As you can see, they got the controls up there. It says press X to steal, square is rebound. And the game is pretty simple, even when you play on extreme difficulty. Once you know the buttons, you should be able to win in this. Basketball is one of the easier games to play. The second easiest would probably, for me, be the 100-meter race. You know, you can win pretty easy on the highest difficulty level in that. And I just decided to give you some gameplay just to keep the game from being too boring, as he is wide open as he made it. Usually when you're wide open, you have a pretty good chance of making it. As you can see, the quarters are very quick. They're less than a minute per quarter. You cannot select the full game in this. The baseball is 3 innings. You know, and driving the lane is pretty simple. You know, there's nothing to it. I don't remember if I changed the difficulty level or not. It's hard to tell what difficulty you're playing on when you're playing basketball, because it's going to be pretty easy regardless. Every now and then they throw a decent little challenge at you, but the passing in this is very clunky. I think this is on the easy difficulty level, right? I just feel like it's just way too easy. Even though it's always going to be easy, but not quite this easy. But anyway, getting back to the points I was making, you have to do a Japanese account on the PlayStation Network, which is what I did. And I'm playing on the PS5. Now on the PS4, once you download it on your, if you're in the US and you have a United States account and you create an alternate Japanese account, you can play it on either account. But on the PlayStation 5, it will not even allow you to play it on your American account. It will show it on your library, but when you try to play it, it will say you don't own the game. So you have to use your Japanese account to even play this. Now, I'm playing on the PS5, okay? There is no PS5 version of this. It's just the backwards compatibility aspect of it. It's still a PS4 game. It's just, you know, it's just, you know, I'm playing it on the PS5. You know, and there's various YouTube videos to show how to get Japanese, how to create a Japanese account if you live out of there, outside of the Japan area. But if you can, I believe you can get this game with a European account too, some parts of Europe. But in the United States, they just don't make it available. It's not at any stores or anything of that nature. You have to order a disc copy on PlayAsia or Wish or something like that. That's the only way you're going to get this game. Now, like I said, it's very pricey. And as far as the games, the events, it doesn't feel to me like it's worth $60, because that's around the price you're going to pay regardless if you get the disc copy or if you buy a yen card, which is how you're going to have to buy it. If you shop on the PlayStation Network on your Japanese account, you're going to have to purchase a yen card, and the yen translates to roughly around $60. And in my opinion, this game does not carry a $60 price value. It's just how rare it is and how hard it is to get. The fact that it's imported, and the fact that it's not the easiest game to get is why they jacked the price up. But I'm not going to tell you I don't like the game. I do have fun with it. It's really hard to recommend it at that price, though, because I just don't know. I think there would be a lot of people that don't like the whole cartoon superpower-based Olympic game, because I don't like the superpowers. Superpowers annoy me quite a bit. But, you know, as you can see, we won. It was pretty easy. I wasn't even thinking. I was basically just, you know,
Olympic Games.
I was basically just, you know, talking through it. But anyway, I showed you your outfits and stuff like that. You know, how you can unlock all the goofy outfits for your character. You know, look, you know, how you can pretty much use any of these weird goofy outfits. Cowboy, astronaut, ninjas, a suit and tie. If you're a female character, you can put princess dresses on them. You can wear any of these in any event, and in team sports, everyone can wear different clothes if you want to. That's how this game is produced. That's how it's made. You know, but anyway, should you get this game? Wow. Oh boy, that's a hard one. It would be worth it on a sale price. I do enjoy playing it. There's too many hoops to get through to get this game, but I've been playing it for over a year now, and I personally like it to an extent. It does have some very irritating factors, like the fact that you can't turn the music off, the fact you can't shut replays off, and the fact that your character has these ridiculous superpower. I'm gonna tell you why it's irritating. I was playing football, well, soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. I was playing that, and the score was 0-0. It was late in the game, and they superpowered a goal. They did a superpower kick. Their captain gained superpowers and kicked it in with that, and that irritates the crap out of me. I just don't like that in sport games. I prefer just to play the sport, and there are not Olympic athletes in this. I think I already said that. The only way you can access real athletes is if you go to this practice mode, and there's Japanese athletes that you can challenge against, because those were the players that they were able to get licensing for. It's not because they think those are the best athletes, it's because of that particular reason. You know, that is why. But otherwise, if you want to use real athletes, you have to create them yourself on whatever. On my other account, I use the United States, but I don't use real athletes. Another thing I will tell you, no matter what event you play, you're using the same athletes. So if I play the Olympic Games and I play basketball, then I turn around and play baseball, then I turn around and play football. And I turn around after that and I play rugby, and then I play judo. You are using the same exact athletes. That is why this is not simulation, and it's not even really based on the Olympics. So it's unfortunate this is your only option, but if you really like those silly games that are just fun, extra games, it is a good game to get. However, it is pricey. That's the video I'm giving you, but I will admit it is very hard to recommend this because of the price and the fact that there's not enough really good events to play in this. There's 18 events, but some of them are crappy, and I found very obnoxious and ridiculous. I will go over which ones. The boxing is absolute garbage. The tennis is terrible because when you play on extreme difficulty, you can't aim your shots. They say you can, but believe me, I've tried and I cannot do it. You will always hit it to where the opponent is, which makes no sense whatsoever. The Rugby Sevens is fairly fun. It's dirt easy. I think that is probably the absolute easiest event in this to win. On extreme difficulty, you'll still feel like you're playing on a super easy difficulty. The 100-meter medley, the 100-meter freestyle race swimming is probably the most nicest game to play in this. You don't have no ridiculous overpowered superpowers that you have to deal with. You're just basically swimming and trying to beat your opponent with, mini game button mashers. Some of them are button mashers, some of them are just technically and based on timing. But yes, no, I don't recommend this game for $60+ $60 or more, but I would never tell you not to. If you look at this game and you're that intrigued and you really into this style of game, yeah, you should definitely get it. But with the Olympics coming up, this is your only option right now for this year's games. And it's not even based on this year's Olympics because it's intergender and there's not even real athletes competing. So I think most games have generic athletes, most Olympic games. Anyway, I didn't mean to ramble too much, but that's this video. If you want to know anything about this video, drop a comment. I will answer the question. I may even answer it in a video. But when I drop videos on this game, I barely get any views. It seems like this game just lacks interest. People just don't care for it. I'm not completely sure why. It may be because of the fact that it's not in the American market and it's not in enough markets. Anyway, hope this video gave you some information that you could use.